character building that happens along the whole process. Like, that's the W in it. Like, that's the reward in it. It's not even about the material shit, the time freedom, the shit that everybody aspires to. It's just about, that's the true reward for me personally that I've been learning. It's just along the way, self-mastery of yourself, elevating your consciousness along the way. That's something that's priceless. What's going on? We're back at it again. Know how the fuck we do. 33 down on the sweatsuit. Thought it was 500 GSM, but actually this is 420 GSM French terry, high quality fucking cloth. Apparently this shit is temperamental because I'm washing this shit and I got the blue stain from the fucking detergent, so I gotta figure out about that shit. But you know, that's what happens when you make high quality garments. We got the 33 on. This is just a sample. We're still figuring out the process. You're still figuring out the process. You know, it's a fucking process with this shit. The zip up is like a fucking mini. This shit is like a mini. This is like for a girl type shit. Like, it's like mad short. But you know, it's a process, and the shit still looks fly, and I'ma still wear it because I paid a little grip for this shit. And then we got the red fox fur, high quality. This one's by Takeover Worldwide. We're actually gonna do another one under the Rizumu brand, the new luxury brand. But yeah, we got the fox fur, the red fox fur with the matching genuine leather clasp. You know how the fuck we do. You know, we had to go crazy. But yeah, today I got a interesting topic. The last video I did, I was talking about how just it's almost like more of philosophy instead of insight, which is a little bit different from the videos I normally do. I normally do like insights that help me in life, and I share that shit. But last one was kind of like a thought experiment and just a philosophical question, idea that I had about how content is the new rat race. But that's kind of negative, so I want to be clear. I mean, it's something that I noticed, and it's something that I wouldn't want to do forever, but it is a great opportunity to build yourself up and then to branch off into more lucrative things. That was my point, that should always be the end goal when it comes to content. You don't want to be doing this shit forever. But yeah, this topic on this video is actually more philosophical as well. I wrote in my notes the other day, and one second. So this topic is, I wrote in my notes, I put, the world economy is a Ponzi scheme. This is really different than my normal insight videos. This is more a philosophical type idea. Yeah, I was just thinking about it with the recent political events. I don't really like to get into politics at all, bro. But generally, even without that, if you just look at history, if you learn about like the banking system and shit like that. Oh no, I'm getting too real actually. We'll see what happens with this shit, but yeah, last time I got too real, I got my whole platform I built up taken away. But fuck it, that is also the way that you build a platform up. It's all good. Nobody's viewing these videos like that, so I'm good right now. If I had a bunch of eyes on me and I was talking this shit, it would be a problem. But for right now, we're just starting up on the YouTube shit, so I'm good, so I could be honest. This is how it goes when it comes to these platforms and shit. This is what I've learned. But yeah, as of right now, we're good. So you could look at the banking system, the fractional reserve banking system, etc., shit like that, and it's all a Ponzi. That's what that whole banking system is about. It's about using fiat currency and continually inflating the shit, creating more and more money. What money really is, because we use it to exchange with each other, right? So money is really like a means of exchanging your life force energy. Genuinely, what it is it's the time and energy of other people. Like, you can pay somebody to sweep a floor, and what you're really paying for, what you're really exchanging with them, is for them to put their life force, like to spend their time doing that shit. That's really what it comes down to. So the whole idea of fractional reserve banking, which uses fiat currency, which means the currency is not backed by anything. You know what I'm saying? It's not backed by any sort of asset, and it allows, when they use this banking system, they're allowed to create money out of nothing. They're allowed to just print more money. And so over time, because there are countries where they didn't have this shit. It's very rare nowadays. It's only a few countries, and it's the countries that the top powers are constantly trying to bomb and trying to take over their government so they can install this type of system there. But back in the day, this was not as prevalent as it is now. So when a country did this shit, it's like they're selling out their country pretty much, because eventually over time, as you keep printing more and more money, like, there's not more life force, there's not more time and energy of people. So past a certain point, it gets to a point where their time and energy is so devalued. you know what I'm saying, that they kind of just gotta start all over, like just probably bomb the shit and start all over, you know what I'm saying? So it's just not sustainable is what I'm saying. And that's what a Ponzi scheme is. A Ponzi scheme is like you start taking investments. When you're accepting investments, people expect returns back, right? So a Ponzi scheme is when the returns you're giving them back is not based off the profits that you're getting legitimately. You're giving people returns based off of the new investors. You're just taking their money, giving it to the earlier investors, and that's the idea of a Ponzi scheme. And it's amazing in the beginning because those people who get in early, they're actually getting paid, and normally they're the rates, like the rate of return is like way higher than any real investment because it's not real. So any real investment, it doesn't really work like that because there's many more expenses, losses, etc. involved with the shit. So it's like you're not gonna get those type of returns. But the people who get into the Ponzi early, they're getting some banging ass returns, some crazy like 10% returns per month or some 30% a year, just numbers that are not realistic, right? So if you get in the Ponzi early, that's a W, you know what I'm saying? But what happens is eventually it starts to dry up because it's not sustainable. You can't just keep accepting more money from new people and paying the old people. Eventually it gets so big that the number of people who are new investors is not large enough to support all the old investors. So then that's when it collapses at that point, and that's when people don't get paid out at that point, and that's why it doesn't work, and that's why it's a scheme. That's what a Ponzi scheme is. And essentially with the banking system, with the central banks, the fractional reserve banking, the fiat currency, how they're creating money out of nothing and shit like that, this is how the world is run, and it's the same thing. It's a Ponzi scheme. And I just reflected and I just realized this recently because a lot of the top countries have been falling. I mean, if you just look at history, there's empires, they rule for a while and then they fall, and then a new empire has to come in and replace it, you know what I'm saying? At the current power structure has been in place for a few hundred years, and that's usually about how long it fucking lasts type shit. And it seemed like we were on a downtrend, but then, you know what I'm saying, they just made a big play and now it's looking like they might have just bought some more time. But it is a Ponzi scheme in the end. It's like they just found a new investor, they found a new big fish or some shit, or they found a bunch of people and they just made it last a little bit longer. But ultimately it's not sustainable the way that shit is going. You know what I'm saying? I don't know the solution to this shit. I'm not some political person. I don't really think that world peace and world like some utopia is really possible. I think that spiritually, if you want to get spiritual, you feel me, like we do here, like how this is how I really think. I think that the earth is really just like a learning ground, and the way that it's set up and the structure that's here is just, it's how it's supposed to be. So I don't think inherently based off what this place is that it's ever supposed to be a utopia. I don't think that's realistic. I'm not saying I have the solution. I'm just observing shit, like what's going on currently, studying history and shit like that, and then just coming to my own conclusions. You know what I'm saying? I don't have the answers to all this shit. Yeah, man. I mean, if you can participate in somehow, if you can benefit off the Ponzi, I think that's the best route to go because I don't know the solution. So if you could somehow get in on this shit, then it won't be such a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? I realize the world is actually perfect if you elevate yourself to a certain level of knowledge and competency. Once you understand the game and how it works and you start to play the game, it can be amazing, right? Imagine the people who are running the banks and shit. Once you learn like how banking works and how getting funded works and shit like that, which I'm in the process of learning, but once I really get this shit unlocked, in theory, like theoretically when I think about it, like you can just have an idea, set up the paperwork correctly, put into certain trusts, you can protect your money, you can get funding instantaneously whenever you want, you can always get funding, you can get VC funding, you can get banks to fund you. Like when you know how to play the game, it actually is beautiful and you can live a beautiful life here. But if you're at the bottom and you're ignorant and you don't know how this shit works, then this shit is treacherous and it's crazy, and that's when it's a lot of suffering, you know what I'm saying? But the beautiful thing is we actually all have the opportunity to elevate ourselves. It's up to us to do our research and shit in life and to figure out how we can make the best of this place here. To end it on a light note, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to be all doom and gloom, but it's just me observing life, observing what's going on, and it's interesting to think about, and it's interesting to see how shit really is out here. But yeah, like I said, on a light note, everybody has the opportunity to elevate themselves and learn the game and play the game and to really benefit off the system. Like the system is perfect when you learn how to benefit off of it. When you're a part of the machine that's running the whole shit, it's a lot of suffering. But we're in the information age. There's nothing but information out there. You can research and you can find out how to elevate yourself. And it's a process that's amazing actually along the process too, because it's not even just about acquiring things or getting your time freedom or anything. Like the real reward is the journey, the licks you take along the way, like the shit you learn, the character building that happens along the whole process. Like that's the W in it. Like that's the reward in it. It's not even about the material shit, the time freedom, the shit that everybody aspires to. It's just about, that's the true reward for me personally that I've been learning. It's just along the way, self-mastery of yourself, elevating your consciousness along the way. That's something that's priceless, that can never be taken away. Material things can always be taken away, but when you master yourself and you elevate your consciousness, you know what I'm saying, you get to that Christ consciousness, you start seeing things clearly, you start giving back, you know what I'm saying, you start living like Christ, you walk in the footsteps of Christ. Nobody can take that shit away from you. So we're gonna end it on the positive note with that. Make sure you like the video, comment on the video to boost the algo, boost the engagements. That's good energy out into the world. It's gonna boomerang around to you because we're all one. So go ahead, like and comment the fucking video, and also subscribe because we are a community growing together in this shit. Now remember, when you come fuck with us at Takeover Worldwide and we're dropping these gems and shit on these videos, you got two options. We keep it simple for you. You could either win with us or you could watch us fucking win. Let's fucking go. Stay jacked. I'm about to go to the fucking gym right now. Once again, shout out to the Takeover Worldwide Luxury Red Fox Fur Genuine Leather Clasp, the 33-420 GSM French Terry, and we're signing out. Continue creating, continue elevating. Love you guys. Catch you on the next one. We out, baby. Ruff!
It's